Hi Gemini, welcome to your March general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear this message. Hi Cross Watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Gemini and cross watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and jump right on into the reading. I'm first going to use my sound bowl to clear and set the energy, and then we'll go ahead and start pulling the cards. So let's go ahead and tune in. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is happening for my Geminis in the month of March in regards to love and romance. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anyone dealing with a Gemini. What is the energy surrounding Gemini in the month of March that they need to know about? And for this reading, Gemini, I am tuning into an energy in or around your psychic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now, in this very moment. Whether you're single or taken, whether you're together or apart from this person, whether this is someone you're aware has feelings for you, or maybe like a secret admirer. Let's go ahead and see what is the energy surrounding Gemini at this time. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so yeah, I definitely feel like an overbearing type of energy, maybe even a bit of a clingy energy, and someone just pulled away because of it. And I think someone just needs to hear this, whether this is you or maybe someone else has been doing this to you. Texting over and over again, calling over and over again, is not going to make this person want to open up anymore. So I almost feel as if whatever's happened, the good, the bad that has been going through your love life recently, it's time to just surrender it. And I do feel, Gemini, there's someone that you feel like has kind of annoyed you, has gotten under your skin a little bit. And this person may be someone who's very, very stubborn, who likes to have things their way. And I think you're showing them a different side to you that, yeah, you can get along, you can compromise, but you're not just going to bend over and let people do whatever they want all the time. You also have value. You also need respect. And I think that if someone is trying to be clingy or controlling, it's just not a vibe you're going to flow with. So I also kind of get this feeling too that there's something you did that hurt their ego a little bit with this let go of control issues, and they feel a little resentful of it. They seem a little bitter about it, and they're stewing a little bit from a distance. I think they also check your social media quite a bit, almost on the daily. Definitely one of the first watchers when you open your stories list. I think they just want to know where you're going, who you're hanging out with, because you're not telling them. Interesting. Let's pull some more cards. Tell me more about this energy surrounding Gemini, Spirit. This could be someone that you have kids with too. I'm just throwing that out there if that is your message. The Seer. Follow your intuition. Okay, Gemini, so your intuition has been trying to tell you something about this situation. It keeps getting louder and louder, and I feel it's gotten to this point in March where you just can't ignore it anymore. I do feel you guys are intuitive. Maybe some of you are even psychic. Maybe you pull your own tarot cards, you do your own readings. Maybe you're a healer, a Reiki worker. But yeah, I think your intuition has been screaming at you about something with this situation that doesn't feel right. Now, for those of you that have been in no communication with this person and have been wondering, if you don't want to talk to me, why are you obsessively checking up on me, whether that's through social media or even energetically because you feel it, they're still having an eye on you in some way. They still feel like there was a missed opportunity with you, or that they need more of you, or whatever it is. And so if you've been kind of like feeling that way, but you didn't want to, think you're crazy or anything like that, you're really not. I think everything you're picking up on intuitively is correct about this person and what they're doing behind the scenes that you may not be seeing, Gemini. Someone could have red hair or wants to dye their hair red. Let's see what they want to tell you. We have lifetimes to figure this out. Interesting. So this is someone that you may have past life energy with. You've dealt with them in many lifetimes in the past, but I think there's a lot of karma around this situation too. And I think this lifetime, there's no different as far as what karma has been presented through this connection between the two of you. The thing that's bothering me about this card here is that they think they have all the time in the world with you. I do feel at some ways they feel entitled to your energy. They feel entitled to your time. And they have something else coming if they think that's the case. And maybe March is the way to show it to them. That not everything is in their control. It's not going to be handed to them on a silver platter. And if their ego is just trying to, work them up over this, instead of talking things out with you in a mature way, in a calm way, in an understanding way, nothing's really going to be figured out. But yeah, I really do think, Gemini, they see you as theirs, for sure. They see you as the person they're going to be with, even if this is just temporary, which they believe it is. They think they have it all figured out. Okay, let's pull the tarot. I almost feel Taurus energy. I also feel Aries energy with just coming up here. So may not be for you specifically, but if it is, noted. So with the tarot, I'm going to ask how they feel about you right now. What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Gemini? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? They know you're a free spirit. They know you're independent. They know you march to the beat of your own drum. And although in some ways they really like it, because I think that's a part of them that wants to be more like you, Gemini, because this person does feel a little bit uptight, let's just say. They know, I think deep down, that there's just a side of you that isn't going to be told what to do, isn't going to feel like they have to do anything that they don't need to do. And what I mean by that is not as far as compromise. I think you're definitely willing to do that. But as far as overextending yourself, overproving yourself, overdoing anything to make this person feel secure with themselves, that is not your responsibility. And I think you know that. I think this person doesn't. Anyway. Ooh. Whew. They know, though, that if this doesn't work out with you, they feel as if they're not going to have this type of connection with anyone else but you. And that's what they're really worried about, that they'll never find another you. I see that very clearly, and I understand why that would be something to be afraid of. Bottom of the deck, the Strength card. Leo energy. Some of you could be dealing with the Leo, or someone with strong Leo in their chart. Does not have to be the case. So I'm getting different messages for different groups of you. For some of you, I'm kind of feeling this is where you had to let them know who you are. You kind of spoke your truth in somewhat of a ferocious way, but it was needed, because when you tried to be nice, when you tried to be patient, this person tried to take advantage of that. Almost like the type of person where you give them an inch and they try to take a mile. And you started to see that as a repetition. That wasn't going to be what you were going to roll with, Gemini. So I feel for some of you, you went into strength mode. You hold some boundaries. You are holding back from reaching out to this person. But this could very easily be their energy as well, as to what kind of made you push away, is that this person does like to have control. This person does like to have their ego very much flattered, very much fed, and their ego gets triggered very easily. And so I feel almost as if spirit brought you into their life so they could learn that lesson of control and surrender, but they're having a hard time with that. That's why it's not making it very great for you guys to work this out right now. But, again, they think this is just, you're going to come around, really, is what they think of it. So maybe for some of you guys, you've decided to go on a break, or you've decided to stop reaching out, to stop texting. And I think there's some of you who feel a little bit freed by no longer being in this connection, at least being on the break of it. Some of you have been going out. Some of you have been working out, I'm seeing too. Maybe kind of weightlifting type of thing. You've been dressing up. You've been putting on your very best to go out, and it's bothering them. But Spirit is trying to mirror this lesson to them about Gemini isn't yours to control. No one really is. The way relationships work is if we see if what we have and what we know we're capable of doing is in compatibility with someone else's skills, someone else's tools, someone else's emotions. And being someone who's been in a relationship for 12 years now, when we were 18 when we met, maybe 17, 18, I don't know. But we were not the same people, and we had a lot to work through. But we decided that what they had, or what he had and what I had, were things to work on and work through and work with. It doesn't work if you're closed off and say, this is how it's going to be. I still want you to completely comply to me, but other than that, you're on your own, figure it out. I think that's just how it kind of felt with this person, Gemini, is that you felt like they were unable to see things from your side, unable to understand you. And almost for some of you, I'm getting this feeling of you almost felt like this person wanted you to be someone that you're not. So I think that's why you pulled back. That's why you gained the courage and the strength to kind of pull out of this, or just stop texting and to stop hanging out with them. And it's been driving them a little bit crazy. Because how they feel about you right now is the Chariot. Cancer energy, Sagittarius energy for me as a reader. They're still very determined. They still are on go mode with you. Again, even if they're in silence, I feel as if you know that they're snooping around as far as your social media, or even asking about you. I even feel like for some of you, they went as far as like asking your friends or your family members about you. They still feel like you guys are meant to be. They still feel as if this is going to work out, and they feel very determined on staying on this track with you and pushing through this with you. Someone could have been ex-military or is in the military, maybe a veteran in some way. But they feel like right now it's time to push for it, go for it. And I think that's kind of the opposite of what their own spirit guides are trying to tell them about this. They may even be the type that show up at your house unexpectedly, just drive over and they text you they're outside. That type of energy for some of you guys. What they think about you is the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. So a lot of you, what they love the most about you, yes, you could be attractive. Yes, you could be passionate, but they really love your intelligence. They love your cunning. They love your wit. They love your objective, outside of the box thinking. And not a lot ruffles you up emotionally. I don't know, maybe for some of you, when you were younger, you were a lot more emotional, but as you started to grow up, you become a lot more pragmatic and logical and clear. And I think with that, you are someone that has a lot of inspiring conversations, philosophical discussions, political debates, and you know what you're talking about. You back it up with facts. And that's something they really like about you. But beyond that, I feel with this King of Swords, if this is their energy and what they think of the situation, they are trying to strategize here. It's been hard for them to keep calm and cool, but they know with you that's the way to go about it. I think they're still in some sort of way being passive aggressive, especially with their energy, especially with the social media type of thing I'm seeing here very clearly. But I think too, they just want to talk, and they think if they just have the opportunity to talk, you would hear them out, you would get their side of the story, and everything would be fixed. But in this moment, especially with the Chariot, if they feel like what they've been doing to push this forward hasn't been working, then right now they're back to the drawing board pretty much, and trying to see what different ways they can start to come up with new ideas, new strategies to get you to listen, to get you to open up, to get you to come back for some of you guys. You know, I do have to say, be careful about maybe some friends you're keeping around, because I think they're reporting back to this person. What they like the most about you is the Fool card. Aries energy, Aquarius energy. So this is what I was talking about the free spirit. This is what I was talking about as far as you're someone that goes with the flow. You're someone who's adventurous, maybe even a bit risk-taking. You don't like to carry a lot of heavy burdens, heavy dramas on with you. You like to have fun. You like to be in the moment. You're someone that experiences life open arms. And you like to be a little bit wild. There's a wild side to you. And I'm not saying like out of control, but I'm saying just someone when they feel, the need to just go out and do something, to plan a trip sporadically, to call someone they haven't talked to, they're just going to do it. And I think you've mastered, Gemini, honestly, the way of life of not taking everything too seriously. And I think that really has been serving you, and you've been having this youthful energy that is a breath of fresh air to a lot of people in your life. And although this person may find that hard to control and put in a box, I think secretly and subconsciously, you really are mirroring to them how they should be and what they should be more like. Also with the Fool, you're hilarious. You know how to crack a lot of people up. You're maybe witty, sarcastic, just funny and fun to be around. You may also be someone that likes to go camping, I'm picking up on for some of you guys. What they don't like about you is the Five of Wands, Leo energy. So this could be for right now, and again, not everyone's perspectives of us are their truth, right? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but they may find it very hard to get along with you right now because of this, maybe resentment of this person not meeting you halfway. Maybe it's because, they feel you maybe have recently been getting frustrated by this person. And maybe after being patient for so long, your patience is running a little bit thin. Now, I feel also with this Five of Wands here, they get jealous. They get jealous, and some of them maybe even a bit possessive. Like if they kind of feel like someone's trying to hit on you and you're flirting back, they start all these issues, and maybe that wasn't even the case to begin with. Maybe you're just being polite and you're talking, and maybe the other person isn't even trying to flirt with you, but they have this idea that everyone who's talking to you that they may feel threatened by is trying to take you, is trying to swoop on you or something like that. But with this Five of Wands, yeah, I do also feel as if maybe they've caught on to you telling your friends, your family members about the situation. Maybe they're afraid that you are gossiping about them behind their back, which is making them all riled up, and afraid that, you're kind of forming an army against them, whether, again, that's true or not. That's what they're afraid of. And they know, except for, maybe one person, again, and I feel that's if a mutual friend where they don't want to pick sides, but also they're telling this person about your life. So again, be careful. But most of you, with your tight circle, with your best friends, they have your back. And I think if that person did try to reach out to them to ask more about you, they were like, what are you doing here? You think I'm going to tell you about Gemini? No. And I think that's what makes it hard for them as well. you have a solid group around you, and maybe even for some of you guys, your friends, your family members are telling you this person isn't right. And that's making them upset too. What they like the most about this connection here is the Death card. Now, this is interesting. Scorpio energy. I wonder if they think this is an opportunity for you to dead a certain situation that maybe, whether it's the quietness between the two of you, the confrontation between the two of you. I think with this Death card here, they're really hoping that this whole situation is going to transform. That's what it feels like with all these cards on the spread too. But Gemini, I'm also picking up on your energy for some of you here where you're kind of happy this kind of died out. Because again, maybe now you don't feel as stressed. You feel a lot more free. And that's something they have a hard time believing. I'm really drawn to this skull that is on this card here. Maybe someone has like a skull tattoo, or it has a resonance with like skulls, skeletons. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think that if it's them, they're hoping that this situation is going to transform, that you will transform and maybe even just comply to their wants and expectations. But on your end, you're ready to free yourself. And it has been freeing since this is kind of stopped or ended in some way. What they don't like about this connection is the Four of Cups, Cancer energy. Now, for those of you that you haven't talked in a bit and they've tried to move on, they haven't felt like they have a connection or have an attraction or have a level of likeliness, like I really like you the way I like Gemini. No, they haven't been able to find that. And there's been a lot of disappointment. Maybe even if it's not so much that, their attempts at you, whether it was aggressive or passive aggressive, haven't been working. They're afraid you're bored of this now. They're afraid you're dissatisfied now, and they're afraid there's no changing your mind. And they think you're being stubborn. They think you're being moody about it. But maybe you're becoming more comfortable with yourself and who you are through looking at other options. But they definitely haven't been able to feel like they've been happy since this has ended between the two of you. People have been trying to get them out of it, trying to take them out, trying to encourage them to move on, and they just refuse. Their highest hopes is the Two of Wands, Aries energy. That the pull is still strong between the two of you, the level of traction, desire, and passion that may have once been there or still kind of lingers from the beginning of when you guys met is still there. And that eventually you'll come back, eventually you'll choose to be with them. They're hoping that, if they are trying to manifest or if they are trying to set their energy out to you, that you're picking up on it and that it'll pull you in. That's how I feel with this Two of Wands. But the deepest fear is the Star card. Aquarius energy, strong Aquarius energy in this reading. If you're dealing with an Aquarius or if you have strong Aquarius in your chart, I suggest checking out the Aquarius reading to see if there's messages for you there. But for some of you guys with this card, what they fear is that their wish fulfillment is not going to get granted. They can hope, but if they're unwilling to change, if they're unwilling to do more, if they're unwilling to accept you as you are, it's going to fade out. It's going to die out. And others of you, again, also correlating with the Four of Cups, they know they're never going to find another you. Someone as special, someone that brings so much light into their lives. I feel with this Star card, you truly are unique in some aspect, or at least in their life, they never met anyone like you. Maybe they had a lot of people surrounding them that were kind of like their yes men. You weren't that. And I think that, again, that your purpose in their life was for them to kind of evolve around that, or evolve from that. So I think they're just, in this process of really figuring it out in an accurate way, not in a way of what they try to project onto the situation, what they try to project onto you, but the reality of what's really going down. I'm hearing that song, Listen to Your Heart. I think it was originally by Heart, and then I think there was another like techno remix of it. But Gemini, yeah, if something feels wrong, if something feels off, if you feel like they're not doing as much as they could to fix this, to heal this, you're probably right. And I feel that you can trust the stirrings of what's going on with you intuitively, even if there are times that they try to correct you, they try to tell you that's not the case, that's not the fact. The Seer card is telling me it is. So trust that, Gemini. I just feel the need to say that for some of you guys that may be dealing with this person trying to shift the reality of the situation. Anyway, Gemini, to see the likely outcome of the situation, what are they likely to do and what is likely to happen from now to the end of March in regards to this, we're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome of the situation and pull some more cards to just dive deeper into this. If you still have questions, let's get them answered. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Gemini, I really hope that this reading has resonated with you. I hope it's provided you with the clarity, insight, healing, guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.